the joker to the thief. There's too much confusion. Oh, I can't get no relief.
We have just witnessed here in Minehead in Somerset, Peter Wright, number 3 in the world, edging the most thrilling of quarterfinals against Kim Huybrechts. It went right to the wire, and Kim had double 10 to win it. But he missed it, and it's Peter who is through. And now Ned Boulting is reflecting on that match, if he's managed to catch his breath, with the 2 players.
Yeah, I mean, what a classic encounter that was. Brilliant, brilliant quarter-final. And Peter, tremendous, famous victory. But this man has more than played his part in a terrific encounter.
Most definitely, you know. Kim Huybrechts, you know, a former Premier League player, and he deserved to play in the Premier League then. And, you know, he's, to be honest, I think he struggled the first half of the season. And now he's started playing darts, you know, like we know Kim can, and you know he's the most dangerous player in the world. No one wants to play him when he's on fire, you know. Yeah, I love him, but he's a fantastic player.
Kim, you look, understandably, I mean, thanks for doing the interview. You look a little bit like someone's punched you in the guts and you've had the wind knocked out of you, it must be said.
That's what he's done. Yeah, I played all right. Obviously, I'm disappointed with the results. Wasn't the best game we both can do. Start was poorly, but then at the end it started to get better. Had a chance at 1-2-8 for the match, blew it, and Peter played amazing at the end. Good last leg, and well, that's a bit the game. That's it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, at 9-7, you've got to win every remaining leg to see it out. Do you think it had gone then at that point?
No, not at all. You know, not a wrong thing to say. I like coming from behind, but
Yeah.
but no, you know, I practice long hours and very long hours, and I normally get better and better as the game goes on. And you know, but Kim gave me that chance. He missed out. I don't think he's going to miss the 1-2-8, to be honest.
Yeah.
You know, 9 times out of 10 he'll hit it all the time, all day long. So I was very lucky to get away with that, and then you know, played last leg.
Kim, I mean, the positive message is you take that form into the World Championships, and as Peter's already alluded to, no one's going to want to go anywhere near you in the draw. I mean, if you play like that, you could make real progress there.
Yeah, but that's for a couple of weeks from now. Now I'm dealing with this tournament.
Yeah.
I have to get back now. This is
You can practice double 10.
Yeah, it's a painful loss, to be honest. This hurts a bit. It was a big chance to progress to the semis, and I didn't do it. And yeah, I'm disappointed. I am really gutted.
Anyway, I owe him money. He beat me in the semis or the quarters a few years back here. So
there's always a bit of history to make good on. Peter, you know, you're on the cusp of another one, aren't you? You've got a semi-final against Chizzy to deal with. And how much of that, you know, what you've just been through on the stage, has that taken out of you? You've got to go again now.
Oh, not at all. You know, I haven't played darts yet throughout this tournament, apart from the last few legs against Kim. No disrespect to the other guys, I haven't played darts yet, and it's just I can't focus. But Kim, in the end, the last few legs, he actually made me focus. So hopefully, my next game may be a really good game.
Well, we're looking forward to it, and we're looking forward to seeing you in action. And next time, Kim, you played your part in a brilliant game. Well done to both of you. Cheers.
Yeah, congratulations to both of them. Kim goes back to Belgium, £11,500 better off. It's £20,000 guaranteed for Peter Wright, but I'm quite sure he's not thinking about the money after that. He's more likely to be thinking about a semi-final tonight against Dave Chisnell. The other semi-final is another bit of East Anglia, because that's where Peter Wright lives. Darren Webster, Norwich's finest, against Michael van Gogh, in the world's finest from the Netherlands. Well, our commentators are still in the commentary box. I think they might have been able to catch their breath. after that. Have you, John Rawling and Alan Warren, a little? What did you make of it? It was a bit of a slow burner at first, wasn't it, before it completely exploded into life?
Yeah, we were waiting for it to take off, weren't we? But I love commentating on darts because of the drama that it can produce, and it doesn't come a lot better than it did at the end there. You could see from the reaction of the crowd, Jackie, they were absolutely electrified by what they saw, and it might have been on a slow burner for a while, Alan, but once it exploded,
well, exploding big fashion as well. From leg 14, Kim Huybrechts hit 5 maximums in 5 legs, some big finishes as well, and it looked all and sundry like he was going to get over the line. But what a fantastic response from Peter Wright. He's been one of the top players over the last few years, and that's why, for reasons, he's put in that position there. He could have lost the game. Kim Huybrechts had 1 dart at the double, couldn't take it, but Peter Wright stepped in and did.
And Jackie, lovely to see it played in such great spirit. You could hear it from the interview between the two guys beforehand, and Kim desperately disappointed at the end there. He knew, in a sense, that he lost the match rather than Peter winning the match. But again, great show of sportsmanship between the two. Lovely to see.
It was indeed. I was a little bit surprised the way that Kim could actually put any words together after that. I mean, it was literally seconds after he'd come off stage here, and then he had a chat with our friend Ned Bolting down there. But how hard is it going to be for Kim to come back from that? Bearing in mind it was so close and he missed the double 10.
It's part and parcel of being a dart player. You play many matches that you could often win that you lose, and lose that you win. But it was a fantastic match from sort of leg 10, leg 11. It really caught fire, and the way this game was going, you almost felt that was going to go in, but it didn't. But Wright showed incredible class and composure to fight his way back in this match, and that's why he is where he is in the world rankings. He's one of the game's elite, and there's a reason for it. It's not by chance or by luck. He works harder than most.
Yeah, and he's making a habit of it. He's joint third in the
So
world.
it's not the odd, doesn't do it the odd occasion. He's there or thereabouts all the time.
Yeah, he is. We've got used to seeing him at this level. But what about that moment there that Kim had the dart to win the match? The first 2 were absolutely fine, and then he paused. They mentioned it in commentary at that time. Why did he pause? But had he not, would he not be criticised for full pause?
Yeah, well, I often say sometimes you get a player put a quick one in. He just tried to compose himself, but the problem is the crowd see that, and they don't know. They don't probably necessarily understand that. They might think it might be sportsmanship or gamesmanship, but it's not. It's just he wanted to recompose himself, settle, and give that 1 dart at double 10 everything he's got in the locker. And unfortunately, the crowd got on his back and probably put him off a bit.
Yeah, it's very difficult to compose yourself in that situation, I would
Absolutely.
imagine. But in terms of Peter Wright, what's it like for him now psychologically? Because he's got a semi-final, potentially a final still tonight to come, and he's just been through a really emotionally draining match.
Well, it can do one or two things. Like you say, it can either drain him and leave him with very little later. But he's done this so many times now. He knows the score. One good thing he'll take out of it, he knows there he was up against it. He led and then trailed and had to really fight hard to get back in the game. And once you know you've got that in you, at no point tonight will he panic at any stage, because he knows it's in his game to fight back. So it give him massive confidence.
Somebody else who won't panic at any stage tonight, you know what I'm going to say, don't you?
Yeah.
It's Mighty Michael van Gerwen beating Barney today 10-5. You commentated on that game, and we did wonder whether that might be the one, bearing in mind there's a bit more psychologically going on perhaps with Michael being in against Barney, who he grew up idolising. What did you make of him?
Well, they've had 22 TV matches, which is where it's more important than what goes on in the floor in terms of the head-to-head, and it's only 12-10 to Michael. But he put on that was one occasion there, potentially 6-4, Barney left tops, 6-4 in the break, 7-3, different game. And I mean, that was a fabulous performance by both. Again, Michael just seems to know when to switch it on. He can almost sort of just tick over in games to get himself into the latter stages, and he just seems to be able to raise it through the roof when he needs. It's quite a remarkable talent, and what I'm enjoying at the moment. I know there are a lot of people go, oh, he's going to win it again and it's getting boring. How can any sport being played at its optimum level be boring? I don't know.
It's interesting because he keeps getting asked about the World Championships, of course, and the more he gets asked about it, the more it's going to play on his mind, presumably, because he only, in inverted commas, has won one. And people say only because, of course, of his talent and everything that he's won so far. Do you think that's something that might be bugging him? Could that be something that could stick with him and trip him up?
I think so. I think if you look at other sports, when you know, specifically golf, when someone like Colin Montgomery, it was always the thing: when are you going to win a major? When are you going to win a major? He hasn't got that monkey on his back. It's, you know, it's just one of them things. Set play is totally different to leg play. They only play the World Grand Prix over sets, which is double start, which is again is totally different. Suits his game more than the World Championships. You know, with set play, you can win more legs and lose a match. It's a strange thing, and it's just something that he never looks. Well, I wouldn't say he never looks settled, but someone always finds a way of turning up and putting a performance on to turn him over. But at the moment, he's a bit like Phil at his prime. He looks virtually unbeatable, but that doesn't mean you are unbeatable, because as we know, over time and occasions, Phil's been beaten randomly by players that you don't expect to beat him. So, you know, he's the best dart player in the world, and he's playing the best dart. So whoever does beat him, he's going to have an awful day, and someone's going to have a great day.
But is that man going to be Darren Webster, another man in green?
Nothing to lose. He's on a free roll. You know, he's got absolutely nothing to lose. Made the semi, he's got 20 grand, he's moving up the rankings. You know, doing a lot better than Norwich are at football anyway. Yeah, he's on a free. I've just been speaking to him, and he says, I've got nothing to lose. I'm really relaxed. I'm going to enjoy it. He's not gone away from the venue. He's stayed. He's just ticking over, a bit of practice, 10 minutes every half an hour. And he's going to give it his all. Can he win? Yes. Will he win? Probably not. But hopefully he goes up there with that attitude and just has a go, and that's all you can do.
Do you think that kind of attitude can help? Rather than, oh no, I'm playing Michael van Gerwen, the greatest player in the world at the moment, he's the world number one, he wins everything. It's just a case of, well, no one's expecting me to win, but actually I can't wait to get up there and give it a go.
Yeah, exactly. We've seen that with Barneveld. If Barneveld maybe, if Barneveld had been on a long losing streak to him and you know, maybe not fancied the job, then he could have gone into it. But the way Barney played in this tournament so far, you know, you almost feel that extra bit of pressure, because you know in your heart that you can win. With Darren, there's no expectation. He beat Phil Taylor 5-0 a few weeks ago in the Grand Slam. So you know, you could never say never. And I think if he goes up there totally relaxed, really enjoys the moment, and doesn't get embroiled in, you know, when you play someone like Michael, like, well, most of the top elite players, you can sometimes spend most of your time watching them perform rather than worrying about what you're there to do. And that's what he can't get involved in. Just go up there and give it a shot.
That 5-0, by the way, Phil Taylor will be watching going, I was already through, all right?
Yeah,
it didn't actually matter to me.
No.
You just had to qualify that. What about Dave Chisnall, 10-5 winner over Robbie Green, who's been brilliant in this tournament so far? Where does he rank in who's left?
Well, he's a little bit, for me, he's just a bit too inconsistent. Fortunately, he has such a big A game that he can go missing at times. I mean, this is a game, Green started off with a 12-dart leg, and you thought, hello, this is going to be a bit of a match. And then he goes on this roll, and he reeled 4, 5, 6 legs on the spin, and looked magic. And then towards the end of the match, couldn't finish a double, you know. And he's just one of them players that when he's right, when it all comes together at that right moment, you know, he can beat anybody. He's got the game, he's got the scoring power. It's loads of 180s. Just his finishing at the minute, I think he maybe lacks a bit of genuine confidence in that area. But if they go in first start, it doesn't matter. It's when he has 1, 2, 3, you know, it becomes infectious, and he starts chasing the doubles all the way around the board. But yeah, he's a match for anybody.
He is, but how difficult is it to go from an afternoon of missing so many doubles to an evening of not having the opportunity to miss quite so many against a player such as Peter Wright?
Well, he's done it the whole tournament. You know, fortunately he scores so heavy, and he clears so many legs up in sort of 11 or 12 darts that, you know, he's usually 2 or 3 legs in front in a match, and he's not being punished for it. Where against Wright, he can't afford to miss doubles. You know, Wright is one of the cleanest finishers in the game, almost military in his execution. So Chisnall's going to have to be on his mettle. He has to be at full chat tonight, otherwise he will get turned over. Okay, well, let's have a look at how it stands tonight. This is our semi-final lineup. Darren Webster against Michael van Gerwen and Dave Chisnall. This is Peter Wright. We cannot wait for that. We're back in a couple of hours to see who will be crowned the Players' Champion here in Minehead. We will see you, I'm quite sure about that, at 7 o'clock here on ITV4.
said the joker to the thief.